Right, so this is going to be Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, and as well Capricorn Rising. Our weekly general tarot reading January 25th up until January 31st, 2021. And in case you are interested in a personal reading with me or to take my tarot classes, you can check out the description down below. And there you're going to find a link to my website where you can do both of these things. So with that being said, moving into the tarot reading straight away, and the first card we do have for you, Capricorn, that is going to be the Knight of Wands. Moving next, we do have the Knight of Swords, followed by the Five of Swords. Afterwards, what we do have, that is to be the Ten of Wands. And the last one, we do have the Ace of Cups. All right. Wow. That would be tough to explain. That would be really tough to explain. Right, so this is how the week starts. We do have the Knight of Wands, and that is an individual that it could be just somebody that you are just about to meet, or somebody that you already know. And this individual is quite enterprising individual. What I mean is that they have always something to impress you with, always something to shock you with, if you will. They always hold something in their sleeve. Now, these people, when they do have a goal, or rather like when they do find something interesting, they are willing to go to its very end for as long as they find it interesting. That's why you may face or you may see or hear, that is in other tarot readings, that these people, they are referred as players if it comes to a relationship. And that is somewhat true. It is because, you know, when they see you, say they jump into a relationship with you, that is because they do find you interesting. But if you do stick with the common narrative about, you know, established life, settling down, this is how you lose that type of an individual. For the interest they had, you know, the excitement, the enterprise, how can I say, the dynamic is no longer there, then they try to find something else interesting. Okay, so that being said, we do have a quite of an energetic type of person that is going to come up into your life. If that's about a career, then this individual kind of sees what you are doing in terms of career, or in generally cooperation with you, very interesting, very exciting as well, and that is how they jump into it. And you can totally rely on them for the time being, that they see your project or your business, or in general cooperation with you, interesting. And same thing is in terms of a career. Now, the good thing about the Knight of Wands, it is that they're going to show you that there is another way of doing things. For what they do is they research, or rather like they try out things, and they see what works best for them, and that example is going to be transferred to you as well, where you are to see that if things are not happening in one way, you definitely can try another. And right after that, we do have the Knight of Swords, and that is where you're putting a lot of thought into the interaction in between you and that Knight of Wands. And the thought is going to be, while the cooperation with this person makes sense to you, okay? Because if it is about relationship, that will be, like I said, very enterprising individual, handsome as well. These people are very handsome. And in generally, it's if you are a woman, for example, that would be a type of person that any woman would want to have. Or any businessman or business lady will want to have such kind of a partner or such kind of a client. Now, while the cooperation makes sense, you're going to put a lot of thought into it. Is this cooperation what you really want? Or the stage, or the how can I say, the nature of the cooperation is what you really want. And here, while you are going to put a lot of intellectual ability that you do have, wisdom, you know, knowledge also, and logically supplemented thought into it, you also are going to consult that thought with your feelings. So you don't end up doing something you don't want to do. But if you are to do something, the results of it are going to be something you would enjoy, you would like, and above everything else, would be something that you would want to develop in your life. So here we are seeing this, that even if that comes up as a player, you will have the strength, the awareness, and as well the, how can I say, I don't want to say the self-respect, but the sense or the common sense to push away if it is something, if what that person is offering to you doesn't suit you, doesn't suit your needs, doesn't suit your goals, and generally is not something that you are that you are agreed at. And right after that, we do have the Five of Swords. So that is like a more like a guidance card than anything else. And while the cooperation with this Knight of Wands can seem magical, all right, this card here, it is your sense of self-preservation that kicks in, telling you do not put that much trust into it, because at the end, while this could be a victory, it may turn out to be a bitter victory, career-wise or relationship-wise. And thus far, you are going to become very objective and very logical about how far the current relationship that you do have with this individual stretches about. Okay, how far you can go with that guy or with that woman, how far you can reach with the current stage of the relationship. While they may promising you marriages and these kind of stuff, through your logic, you may see that that's pretty much not irrelevant, but it's pretty much not sustainable at that current stage and in relationship that you are in. And the ignorance of these, how can I say, logical deductions of yourself may bring to pretty much self-humiliation. You know, you put so much into it, you threw everything you got into it, and at the end you see that this person is walking away because doesn't see you interesting anymore, and you feel humiliated by it. It's not going to be a public one, right? But still, feeling humiliated by yourself, it's bad enough. So here you have to choose your own battles. For some of you, Capricorn, this is a battle in between you and the Knight of Swords, a battle for dominance. You know, who is going to dominate into this interaction or relationship. Is going to be a battle that you can win. For others, is battle that you are going to lose, and you are going to have all the information you need in order to deduct which battle you are leading, the one of a loser or the one of a winner. And the Five of Swords is about the true warrior, okay, not the heroic warrior. The heroic warrior jumps into every challenge that is addressed to them, right? Every battle that calls to arms, and they die young, because at the end of the day, in one of these battles, they face a formidable foe, right? Somebody that is much better than them, because that's a lesson that we all need to learn. No matter how good you are at something in this world, there is always somebody that is better than you are. It's just how world operates. And the true warrior, from another side, true warrior is not ashamed to walk away. It's not ashamed to run away, so he can live to fight another day. So you gotta be a true warrior rather than a heroic one. And next we do have the Ten of Wands. And that is Ten of Wands here. It is about the routine that you are going to involve yourself into with the Knight of Wands, with or without him. It's like here into the Five of Swords is going to be made the decision. Are you going to keep up with the interaction of the Knights of Wands or not? Now, should you keep up with it, this card does refers to all the demands the Knight of Swords has, or the situation in between you, Knight of Wands, I'm sorry, the situation in between you and the Knight of Wands that dictates, so you can keep the whole endeavor and the whole enterprise interesting to the Knight of Wands. If it is relationship, this is going to be all the obligations you do have in order to keep up the relationship interesting, passionate, enterprising, and so on and so forth. If it is about business, same thing goes about, you know, to keep the business interesting, to bring up new and new project, more and more interesting endeavors there, and so on and so forth. If you go without the Knight of Wands, here you made a decision with the Five of Swords that is certainly not worth it. You're not going to place hopes into it. So the Ten of Wands here does describes the how can I say, the realization that you have dropped out a heavy burden off your shoulders. You don't have to deal with those shenanigans anymore. And instead of that, you're going to start putting more glance upon the results that you have already accomplished through your actions before that person came about into your life. And you are to realize that you do have a lot of work to do in order to capitalize on those benefits, in order to capitalize on those results. And even more than that, stepping on those results and those benefits so you can improve even on them. And in either way is going to be a struggle for power, in a sense of that struggling for power or to get dominance over the Knight of Wands here, and the other unfoldment is struggling for power to get everything sorted out so you can call the shots at the end of the day. In either of the cases, Capricorn, should you how can I say, undertake all the demands of the situation, and amazing results are waiting you. And we can see that into the last card, which is the Ace of Wands, which in either of the cases you are going to freaking enjoy your end of the week, knowing that the development, whichever that is, it's something you like a lot. Now, Ace of Cups, depending on which way you go here at the Five of Swords, it points that based on that decision, something amazing is going to happen that is going to transcend your expectations and your reality into something, into a reality that is much more enjoyable than before. So if you have expected, for example, you decided not to participate with the relationship with the Knight of Wands and you thought that you are missing the best chance you got thus far, you're going to be surprised because the best chance is yet to come. Okay, but if you do decided to go by with the Knight of Wands and you have anticipated that this is going to be always a catching up routine that you would barely enjoy, and it will be always a strive to satisfy the needs of this individual, at the end you will see that actually satisfying those needs also makes your life much more enjoyable and much more pleasant, and you're gonna love the development of that interaction. So whichever way you decide, it will be beneficial for you, but you have to decide in favor of a battle that you can win. Okay, you can't decide, for example, seeing that you definitely cannot keep up with the Knight of Wands demands, and you decide, well, the heck of it, you know, I'm gonna do it anyway. Then it's going to be disaster, to be honest. And then the Ace of Cups does represents the way out. A way out of the situation, way out to sever the relationship with the Knight of Wands, and from there moving your own way where you're gonna feel happy. So that being said, Capricorn, this was your weekly general tarot reading, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed it and you do liked it, and we shall see each other next time. Until then, bye.